All right, it started. If y'all would like to give a little introduction of who you are, even though we've already done the first episode, but we're going to start doing this at the beginning.
Yo.
Hello. Okay, I guess I'll go first. I'm Judas in the campaign. I am a half elf. You guys might remember from last time. I'm the guy that randomly started a brawl for no reason in the village.
Slay.
You're up, Ajax.
Okay. I'm I'm Ajax. I'm a Earth Genocide or something. And yeah, exactly. I'm a monk. So
And
I had to punch a chain with my bare hands.
oh yeah,
I killed a man with this thumb.
all right, and I'm your lovely and charismatic host, jdaddy.com. So you already know me. You click the channel because I always drop bangers. And we are missing 2 people today, though. So, however, we have the 2 best players.
I hope they see that you said that.
Nah, for real.
I'm just kidding.
That'd
That was a
be
joke. That was a
hilarious.
joke.
It's too late. It's too late.
I promise. I don't really think that. But without further ado, also let me just go ahead and say the characters. If there's a situation that comes up that they need to be rolled for, it'll be taken care of. But other than that, they're not going to have many draw on the story or anything because it wouldn't make sense for me to assume actions they would make as their characters.
True.
So,
Smart.
to open the setting back up, we last left off when y'all fell asleep after the first day. You had a long chain of events up to that point, from getting to the village, finding out you're trapped, starting a brawl, stealing, seeing a creepy little girl and her mother. However, you also got a journal from the mayor to get some past information. And now you have finally went to sleep and have had time to think on these thoughts.
Did we open the journal?
Yeah, y'all opened it.
I don't remember what it said.
Okay, the journal. Do you remember anything about it, Sean?
Yeah, I remember a few things that we learned like as a party. I remember uh the little girl referred to the entity as its mother. We were trying to figure that out when Octavia decided to flashbang it. And then I remember that we basically the party at the time of when we stopped playing, we thought the forest was alive and had something to do with Chapel Rona. And I remember I discovered that the trees would bleed and grow super quickly. So I remember my character proposing that they were feeding off of people, and that's why the forest was growing. So it was growing as it killed, essentially.
I have no memory of that. It's crazy.
Well, Sean was correct. That stuff did indeed happen.
I believe you.
And we'll just hop right back into the scene of y'all waking up the day after. A little bit stiff after sleeping on church pews, but other than that, no worse for wear.
Epic.
So, as you all arise, you wake up. Well, I'm gonna just rehash the scene, but I want music on the background now. You wake up a little stiff. However, nothing seems to have changed over the night.
Never mind. So we're just in the church.
Yes, y'all spent the night there.
Okay.
So we're waking up. What do we see around us? Is the priest in there, or are we just in there in ourselves?
Waking up, you realize that light has just begun to like come in through the windows, right? And
I
Mm.
ain't waking up that early.
well, let's just assume your character's on edge, right? So you wake up at first light and you realize things are still quiet. You don't even hear the birds chirping outside. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's because they're sleeping in.
Indeed.
So I assume we're all
Indubitably.
alone then.
Okay. Well, I would like to investigate the room and see if anything's changed from the night before.
As you look around the room, you notice that none of the pews are out of order. That everything seems remarkably untouched. However, behind the altar, where you originally saw the stain on the floor, right, of the oily substance, the puddle has become larger.
Well,
Sean, Judas, touch it.
I would like to lick it. No, I'm
Dead
kidding.
ass?
No. Oh no. I said no. I said never mind. You can't make me do it.
This is chess. Touch the piece and it moves.
No, my hand was still on it. No takesy backsies. Can I? What would it be to like investigate it?
Investigation.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like, would it be? Because last time I did something like that, you told me to pull from insight or something,
Oh yeah, that was for the
or medicine. That's what it was. You told me last time I went to go investigate one of those pools. You told me I had to roll medicine. So I was making sure it wasn't medicine again.
I got you. This time you're gonna roll investigation.
Okay. Um.
How?
All right. What did
Good
you
start to the day.
what what did you get?
I
A
got
4? Okay, I was making sure that one, the old one.
It was. Yeah. I haven't rolled yet. Hold on.
No. Actually, I will go ahead and give both of you inspiration for being here today.
Yay!
Give us what?
Inspiration. Heroic inspiration.
What was that?
So that means you can choose to re-roll one roll of your choice. And you can
I can
save
make
it.
my choice.
You can keep it in your pocket to, like, a more important situation.
That's true.
However, more knowledge might help you right now, so.
Ajax, what do you think?
I mean, I say use it because I feel like that's kind of an important piece of information we should know.
Put it all on black. I got a 4 again.
Oh my god!
Hold on, is this bug? Let me. You don't have to count this next roll. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, am I stuck with 4s?
Gotta be like a nat.
5. Okay. Oh, there's a good number. What is
That's a
happening?
good one.
As Judas crouches down and touches a finger to the oily substance, he looks at it and thinks, nothing discernible. He then thinks, no, there must be something here. Staring harder at it, and then realizes, yeah, this is indeed nothing he can discern from this.
And basically, moral of the story, I looked at it and said, yeah, this is on the ground. Okay, Ajax, I think the puddle is a puddle. Do you have any other anything else you're deriving from this?
Well, it's gotta come from somewhere, I guess.
Man, your intelligence baffles me. I would have never conceived that. I had no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre.
Honestly, with your rolls, I wouldn't be surprised.
Based on these rolls and the way and what my character's saying, you would think my character has 0 intelligence. I put it all in strength.
What if we just like start breaking the floorboards?
I don't want to. I mean, the priest was nice enough to let us stay in the chapel, so I don't want to like destroy.
We've already tried to rob a place and started a brawl.
What? I had no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre. Um, I mean, that is true, but we
You want to be nice
are
now?
trying to turn a new leaf for now.
Says you. I want to know what it is.
I mean,
What
that's
do you
fair. That's up to you. I can keep watch if you want to do that. I think we should try and do it in a way to where we don't leave any like lasting marks or permanent damage. Like if we could try and just
pull up the
like
floorboard?
pull up the boards and just look, yeah.
Can we do that? Wait, what's the floor made out of?
Wood.
Just wood?
Yes.
Is it floorboard? Is it wood boards or
They're wooden planks, right?
okay. So it is possible.
Yes.
Okay,
He can
so
confirm nor deny.
oh, hold up. No, I don't think that would work. Yeah.
I mean,
Let me see if I can do something else.
yeah. I mean, if one of us had a particular item that we could use to pry the nails out and then look and
Oh,
then
I
replace the
can.
nails.
I think. Oh, I don't know if that would also work. Damn it.
You can always ask.
If I were to like take out a floorboard and not have anything to put it back with, can I use mending? The spell?
Let me look at what it says. Okay. All right. The way the spell says it's able to repair a single break or tear, right? So you would have to use the spell. Basically, you could like swing your axe at the floorboard to get a look at what's underneath and then repair it back. But if you do multiple, then you'll need multiple casts of the spell.
Okay, so do we want to do that?
So
Then?
what if we pull up the floorboard and then if we happen to split it in that process, we could fix the board. But if we don't split it, we don't have to use it, right? That's what I'm hearing.
Yes, you could.
Okay. What if also if the pastor catches us, I use lay on hands to heal his emotional pain from us
No.
betraying him. Would that work?
No. Not at all.
Okay.
That was like airball.
Look, you miss every shot you don't take, okay?
Trying to do a Jedi mind trick.
Essentially, yeah.
Why don't you just like keep a lookout for him?
That is true. I was just, I'm just messing around trying to see what's up.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
so
I'll keep lookout.
I'm just gonna do the axe and mend thing because I don't think I really have anything to pull up a floorboard other than my bare hands.
True.
And I don't want splinters.
It's true.
Fair.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my hand axe.
Okay.
What should I roll for?
Let's just go. Hold on. I'm trying to think of what would be Let's do strength.
Okay. Eight.
All right. You pull out your great axe and swing it against the floor.
I was gonna do hand axe.
Oh,
If
your
that
hand
makes a
axe?
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you use your hand axe and smash at the floor, right?
Yeah.
And upon doing so, you cause a crack to form in one of the boards that gives a clear view into the bottom underneath. It seems that where the oil has been seeping from, that okay. trying to trying to describe this in a way that makes sense. You smash the board, right? And you
Mhm.
see a tangled mass, right? It's not quite wood and it's not quite flesh. However, it is producing this liquid.
Okay. What do we want to do with that, Judas?
So we found that the puddle is a puddle, and we understand that the puddle is coming from the fluid that is under the wood. Interesting.
Yes.
Good job, buddy.
Now we're cooking with oil. Until I get a decent roll, I'm gonna keep playing dumb.
Is this thing alive?
Could we check that with medicine or something, or would it be
Yeah.
nature?
Uh. Hmm. Let's go nature. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, okay.
20.
Oh my gosh.
Nat 20 or just
Not,
plus
not,
1?
not a nat 20. It's 18 with a +2.
Oh, you're
Still,
good.
that's so much better than your fours.
Upon
Yeah.
you're smart again.
Yes, indubitably. I'm observing this fluid on the ground.
So
I am discovering that it is made of something viscous.
Judas makes his way by Ajax and shares looking at the peephole, right? Looking down into the floor, you realize that while slightly different, it is the same material that the trees were made of.
But it's not the blood that was coming from the trees.
No,
It's what
this
made like their hardwood or whatever.
yeah, this while it looks kind of similar, this is what more oily and you know, it's not as fluid as the blood that gushed from the tree.
So I was right in my joke where I said it was more viscous.
Yes.
See, that's what 20 will get you. Transfers to real life. All right.
Sorry,
I don't know if
she's
there's much more we can do with this at this
being
time.
ass.
You're
You're good, dude.
So it's like the trees from outside and what?
It's the same material that makes up like the hardwood for the trees outside, but it is not the same fluid that was like the blood that that Judas saw coming from the trees once I cut them.
Okay, so instead of blood, it's like oil.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you do anything after that, or
No, I
is
was
that
waiting
where
on
we're
you.
at? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Did we confirm if it was alive or not?
I don't know. I rolled a 20. I feel like I should get all the
It's
information.
alive. It's alive.
Do we want to hit it?
I want to see what lay on hands will do to it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have to roll for that. It's just
No.
passive ability.
So, well, you only have the gap in the wood. You can't reach your hand through it.
Yeah, but I have access to the fluid that's on the ground up here with us already.
If you use lay on hands on the fluid, it doesn't react.
Okay. Huh.
Hold up. Um, I gotta see.
Better get those
So-
grades up.
Dang. So I
Uh,
have. Can we say that this creature is about like within 60 feet?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I have this spell, and it's called Unseen Servant.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use it to interact with the thing?
Um. You. You could.
Okay, I want it to just go down there and poke it.
Okay. Um. But
I don't know what else to do, dude.
well, it says unoccupied space. There's not really any space. I'm sorry. I don't think you really can do it. This is like, it's directly underneath the board. There's no real space between it and the.
Oh, is there any space around it?
No, it's kind of like the
Going
floorboards, then directly under it.
Okay. Never mind then. Guess I'm still lost.
Yeah, I'm drawing blanks. Do we want to just go investigate elsewhere and come back?
I gotta put the floorboard back.
True.
So I just do that, I
You
guess,
the
'cause
little
I can
men,
just
you're
cast
good.
that at will.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I
After
totally forgot to start streaming, by the way.
you're,
I fixed OBS, so I totally can at any time.
after the two of you ponder at this mass underneath producing this oil, you finally realize you can't get anything from it, at least not yet. And Ajax decides to heal back up the boards, making it look as if nothing has ever happened.
Yay.
Where exactly is this puddle again? It's right where the preacher gives his sermons,
Yes.
Yeah.
and the preacher's still asleep,
Yes.
as far as we know.
Wasn't the
Should we?
thing there yesterday?
Yeah, it was there last night.
Did he just not notice?
He has to know. That's where he stands. Could we? I kind of want to investigate him and see what's up with him and see like maybe if he's not all there.
Oh, you
Oh.
calling him dumb?
Let's like we should get some like organic material and put it in the fluid and see what happens
Okay.
before like we try and investigate him. Do we?
Aren't you made out of organic material? Didn't you
Okay.
touch it?
No, I didn't touch it. That was a prank. I'm
No,
actually do it.
you said the licking was a prank, but you still touched it.
What? No, I didn't touch it.
Okay,
I investigated it.
That might have been on me because that's how I narrated the scene of you touching it and then inspecting it. So
Okay.
Oh, so what happened when I touched it?
it clotted on, like, it was on your finger. It was kind of like similar to sticking your finger in lotion.
But it didn't do anything to me.
No.
Bro just thinks he has an oil leak, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
talk to him about it though.
Well, we don't want to wake him. Maybe we can go. Maybe we can try and get back into the shop and look at the same puddle that was under the in the basement.
Sure.
All right.
I'm just saying I don't want to bite the hand that feeds us right now with the pastor or preacher or whatever.
That's fair. That's fair. All right.
It's a 50-50 call, Ajax, whatever you want to do.
I don't care, man. I'm down for biting any hands, but I guess if we don't want to, it's fine.
That's fair. I'm also thinking like slightly of like what the other two in the party would want to do, and I know they would be like, "What the hell? Why would you want to destroy or piss off the guy that just let us stay in his house?
What the helly?
What the hell, Leonte? What the hell, Burton?"
All right.
Alright.
The two of y'all decide to make your way out of the chapel after inspecting this. Unsure of what to do next, you decide to go back to where the last clue you were given was underneath the shop. As you exit out the doors of the chapel, you're greeted by the morning air. However, something feels off. It's almost as if things are too quiet. Even though it's early in the morning, it feels like if everything stopped.
Is that why the birds weren't doing their thing?
Maybe.
Twitter twatter.
Is there a casino?
What?
Huh?
I
No.
have some pocket change and roulette is calling to me.
Okay. Put it on!
I mean, do we want to keep going to the general store or do we want to investigate and see why there's nothing going on outside?
Well, I can probably assume that it's because there's a, whole weird forest thing going on. Yeah, sure.
This is true. This is true. Um, since it's daylight, how bright is it? You said it's like it's dawn.
Yeah, it's early morning, so everything's visible, but it still has that like slightly shady look to everything.
Yeah.
Fire.
Hmm. I don't know. Ajax, what are you feeling? You want to go investigate that puddle or?
Yeah, the one in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Yeah, let's go do that real quick. I have some other stuff I want to try after looking at my inventory.
Leaving the steps of the chapel with the unsettling feeling, you decide to continue on your journey to the store. As you walk your way through the town, you notice that even though you're close to houses, there's no shuffling about. Eventually, making your way to the store, you realize the door is locked.
Oh, they
Just
locked
like
it
was
back.
before.
This time we should just steal a key. Um,
Who has the key?
I don't know. I'm assuming they got a spare up in there. Okay. What would it be? Sleight of hand or stealth?
Oh. Yeah, go sleight of hand.
Oh my god.
Nobody's around to
17.
watch you, so. Alright. Looking at the lot, you seem to remember when. Who was it that picked it? Was it Valor?
Sumi. Valorine, I think is what her in-game name is.
Yeah.
You remember how Valorine did so using the tools at your. Oh, you don't even. Oh, you do have to use tools. I'll assume it's not a lock picking set, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying
You.
to
I mean, my character was a thief before he was a paladin, so it's not completely off the money to assume he has one or two things there. I just don't actually.
You force your way into the lock again, remembering what happened the day before. The door opens.
Sweet.
Will you make your way inside?
Should we make our way to a basement, or do you want to investigate this compass? Because you were very determined to retrieve it last time.
Honestly, I had nothing else to do. I
Uh,
don't really care.
Okay, let's do what we came here to do, and then we could investigate that compass a little bit more since the rope guy fixed it, or the bandaged guy.
Each of y'all roll perception.
Okay. 9.
Damn. I was so close.
All right. Continue.
What? What do I perceive with a 9?
Damn.
You know,
Oh, fuck.
you look around the shop and it looks undifferent to the day before.
Oh god.
I want to roll investigation. Since you gave me
can't.
something.
Your character doesn't know.
You said I had an unsettling feeling.
That was
No. I played these games before.
All right, go ahead. Roll investigation.
14. Whoop whoop.
Yay.
Continue with the scene.
Son of a.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
There's nothing out of the ordinary. I guess while we're waiting. Oh
What's up?
man, it won't let me open. There we go. Yeah,
Are you gonna turn on the background music and YouTube and stuff?
I already have it on.
Oh, I can't hear anything. Let me try and rejoin.
Here, I'll play a different song. Maybe that one just won't come through. Okay, this is that.
Oh, there it goes. Now I got the ad.
Okay, what happened? I'm so sorry.
Nothing. We were waiting on you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Also, I won't be using the unsettling music I did last time because it got copyright.
Oh.
So I took it. I had a YouTube auto edited out.
Fair. Okay, so I guess let's proceed to the basement.
All right. As you make your way back behind the counter, you see the hatch leads down into the basement. The two of you open the door and climb back down into the darkness. It surrounds you on all sides.
I would like to light my lamp. Actually, wait. I have elven vision. What do I see?
I don't.
As you
That's
look
true.
As you look around the dark room, you're given a static image of everything in black and white. You realize that nothing has changed since the day before. However, maybe the tendrils on the wall have grown a bit bigger since yesterday.
Okay. I would like to light my lantern for Ajax.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Upon
No
lighting
problem.
your lantern, Ajax is also able to see the scene before you.
Okay. I guess let's proceed to the puddle. Maybe high five some of the tentacles on the way. I don't know.
I mean, I'm down.
I'm not going to, but you go ahead. I'll poke them with my sword. See
I'll
what they
high
do.
five one of them.
Okay.
Bing.
There you go. That's what we're doing.
You're doing that?
I'm gonna poke one with my sword and see what's up. Yeah.
Poking just thinking about the high five. Poking the tendril with your sword, you notice a red liquid similar to the other two you've encountered pours out. It's not quite as thick as the one that was under the chapel, but it's not as runny as the one from the tree at the edge of the village. Ajax high fives one of the tentacles and it makes a wet sloshing sound, but other than that, there's nothing much.
How's the recoil on it?
I mean,
Like, how firm are these tentacles? Are they like octopi tentacles?
probably like villager nose from Minecraft.
Okay, like Squidward nose from SpongeBob.
Yeah, it feels very fleshy.
Okay. Um. Okay. I guess we're ready to proceed to the puddle down here.
Sure.
I don't really have anything else to say to that.
The puddle from yesterday, like the last time we played, was the remains of the dog liquefying, by the way. There's not like a puddle similar to the one.
I thought there was also a puddle.
And that was just from
Why didn't you clarify that before we broke into the store?
I mean, you don't see a puddle. You misremembered. That's your character's fault. Definitely not mine.
Okay.
Bro's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you did get useful information.
That's true. Okay. Well, can I roll perception and see what's up with the room, if there's anything else or anything where the remains were, anything like that?
Roll them. You can roll perception.
Okay. 19. Aha.
Roll. Okay. Looking
No,
around,
I'm not doing another roll.
looking around the room, you notice that things haven't changed since yesterday. However, again, standing behind you is the man who owns the shop. He's just
What
watching you.
the fuck? Can I canonically shit myself?
Here, yeah.
Jake the
seems-
dog moment.
It seems they've been watching you for a while.
Has he been? Is that why we had to roll perception up there to see if we could see him?
Maybe.
He was just stalking us. Okay. What up, big dog?
He just watches you.
Is this his shop?
Yes.
Sorry.
No,
So,
from what you remember, it's the old lady's, but he watches it for her.
man, talk about deja vu, huh, bud? It's like
Well-
we were doing this yesterday.
While he doesn't say anything, he seems mildly annoyed.
Okay, we didn't break anything, we didn't steal anything this time. However, we were curious about the basement and we were confused. We saw a similar puddle to what we saw when the dog's remains,
We thought.
and we were coming to investigate and compare the two, but it appears we have misremembered. But we did not steal or break anything this time. This time.
Just stop for a moment before gesturing for you to follow him back upstairs.
Okay.
All right, bucko.
Oh God.
As you make your way out of the basement, he shuts the hatch behind the three of you. This time, making sure to use a key to lock it and pointing at it, making an X with his fingers. With that,
Get the fuck out.
with that, he goes to the counter, pulling out a piece of paper and drawing some images on it. Looking at it, he seems to have scribbled a red pool and points at it.
A red pool.
Yeah, that similar to what we saw, except the fluid we saw in the chapel was closer to black in color.
I was going with blood, but
He writes a check mark and then draws an arrow from it to another image he has drawn. With that, he draws the picture of a heart.
That's interesting because we heard what we thought was a heartbeat from underneath the ground last night.
He looks at you before putting a finger to your lips and drawing a forest with ears on the side of it.
oh. Okay.
Can I grab a separate sheet of paper and write down
Can this dude write, or does he just draw?
what do you know?
I mean, he can write, but
Actually, I want to write down like what can you tell us about the forest?
after writing that down on the piece of paper he handed you, he writes, "Me not know much anymore."
Anymore?
Okay.
Also, Judas is able to read it, but Ajax is unable to.
Is it in Elvish?
Yes.
Okay. Don't worry, that draconic language learning will come into play one time, guys.
I mean, in the future it will.
Ajax, any thoughts? I tell Ajax what I'm reading on the paper and what he said so
was
far,
about to
but in a
say,
very
I'm
hushed
following.
tone.
I got you.
In a very hushed tone, so that way, since he said the force is listening.
That's fair.
All right. Anything you want to ask or anything you might think of?
I ain't got nothing, big dog.
That's fair.
Dude. Sorry.
This is tough. This is a lot harder to come up with ideas and debate when there's only two people here.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did he
Can
say
I
again?
can I roll medicine and see what injuries he has exactly? Like ask if he's okay with me looking at them and trying to figure out what they are, so I could try and figure out how to heal them.
Yes. He will explain them to you. Oh,
Okay.
all right. He begins to write on the piece of paper, and it shows a cart, right?
Mm.
He writes underneath the image of this cart, "Was me." Next, he draws an arrow before sketching the picture of the same cart on fire. And he says, "Was me" again. Finally, it draws another arrow to a picture of his body burned, and it says, "Now me."
Okay.
Oh
Um, I know that. I'm saying like, so he was burned, but that's all it is. He was just burned. It wasn't like demonic damage or anything like that that would need more than just regular healing to heal, right?
Upon you saying that, he points back to the image he first drew of the red puddle.
Hmm. I asked if he would be interested in seeing how his wounds would react to holy water
God. Be gone,
because I
dude.
have some on hand.
Oh my god.
Like my character literally has some as part of my palette in class.
Yeah, you can try it.
Okay. Can I want to dab just a little bit of holy water on one of his wounds. Just a little bit because just in case it does react, I don't want to like hurt him or just throw it all on him, obviously.
Just.
Dab
Just
the
a little dab.
you dab the water on him, and it sizzles for a moment, but he doesn't flinch. However, underneath, the skin remains the same.
What is.
Can I use lay on hands on the spot with the holy water on it and see if the combination of the two would heal the wound?
Sure.
Sweet.
You do that. This time, for a moment, it seems as if the skin underneath turns white before the gray spreads from the rest of the body again, covering the area.
Hmm. I would like to tell him that I am not giving up on him, and with this new information, I do believe there is a way for me if he is interested and willing to help us.
He
Not
shakes.
like as a stipulation, but also like if you could also help us. But either way, I plan on helping him.
He shakes his head yes, and again draws back to the heart he put on his paper. So this time he adds images of the four of you striking the heart. After that, he draws an image of him healed, and underneath writing "Will be me."
Yes, it will be. Um, I inform Ajax of everything that's going on and my dedication to heal this guy because he's seen. I tell him that I think it's hang on, let me think this through. What do I want to say? Okay, I tell Ajax that I think this guy would be very useful to keep around, and also I feel empathy for his situation and want to heal him from it, and
I'm down.
also inform him of everything going on.
I'm down. I like him.
Sweet. Okay. So, in order to heal him, we're going to need essentially an entire bath of holy water so he can submerge his entire body in. And then I will need to have enough. I think it uses stamina for lay on hands.
I thought
Two,
that.
three, four. I have 5 uses per long rest.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think it says anything else.
Okay. Where do we find a bathtub?
Okay, hang on. It says each use only heals a certain amount. So I think I would have to use all of my uses plus the holy water in order to heal him. So we would probably have to wait for, I mean, we could try it, but we'd probably have to use all 5 uses. And
Jake,
Yes.
this isn't gonna work, is it?
I don't even know where you'd get that much holy water.
me, I can bless it, or the pastor.
I don't think that's what he was trying to say.
What you
Alright.
mean?
As you're thinking through ideas of how to heal this man, he steps from behind the counter before going to the compass that was chained to the table. He opens his mouth and you hear a couple of gristling pops before pulling out a red key, placing it into the lock. Twisting
I'm
it,
sorry. Wait, he just pulled a key out of his mouth?
yes.
Oh my god.
Is that why he couldn't talk?
No.
He's just using it for storage.
Since he can't talk.
That's crazy.
Twisting the key in the lock, you hear mechanisms pop before it finally opens and he pulls the compass off the table. He goes back behind the counter before placing it before the two of you.
Okay.
Look at it.
I write down on the paper to avoid the forced hearing. Does this lead to the heart?
He shakes his head no before writing down leads to key.
Okay, so we need
Key
the
to what?
to the key.
On the paper, he draws a giant lock on it.
So helpful.
Okay.
Does he know where the lock is?
He shakes his head no.
Okay, but the compass leads to the key.
That he shakes his head yes.
And I'm trying to think of how to heal this guy. What? Can I roll medicine or something to try and see exactly what his wounds are, so I know exactly how to heal him? Because I know what I did heals a little bit, but it's going to keep overpowering.
Roll Arcana.
Like, is it? Can I see if it's like a type of poison or something?
You can roll Arcana.
Okay. 9.
Looking upon the wounds, you notice they're magical.
So not a poison.
No.
Okay.
You like burned by magic fire?
I don't know if it's magic or it's demonic magic, is what I'm assuming, since holy water and lay on hand was required to heal them. I'm assuming it is magic, but it's a type of demonic magic or something.
Well, do we want to go find this key?
I mean, I think if we can see where it wants to lead us, but if it wants us to go into the forest, I think we should wait till the sun is fully out. That way we have the most amount of visibility traversing it.
How much time has passed between us trying to break into this place and him talking to us?
Only about 20 minutes.
Damn.
Sounds like we need to go get a hearty breakfast. Can we invite homeboy to go get breakfast with us?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
All right. I asked him if he wants to go to the bar with us to go get some breakfast, because I'm assuming that's where food is.
He shrugs his shoulders and begins to follow you.
All right, we got a new unofficial party member. Let's go.
Woo! Definitely does
Okay.
not be here.
Well, let's go to the bar. Actually, could I look around the store and see if there's anything useful I could buy? Or helpful?
Yeah. You, roll perception.
Okay.
Can I roll perception too?
Yep.
I got a 16.
Damn.
All right. You look around the store, and they're the basic supplies needed for, regular surviving. However, after sifting through the equipment that you all noticed yesterday, of like weapons and gear and stuff, you notice that there is a pendant that catches your eye. Upon grabbing it, you can feel a faint magical pulse from it.
Can I ask him if he knows anything about it?
Yep. What did you get, by the way, Aaron?
I got a hold up 9. It wasn't good.
Okay. You don't notice
Yeah.
anything special.
Ajax notices that the store is indeed a store.
Really?
They exchange goods for money.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Bringing
We could just take it. I thought we could just take it.
Bringing the necklace up to the man behind the counter, he starts to write on a piece of paper before shaking his head and pulling out a card prepared by the old lady who owns the restaurant. Not restaurant. Ugh, I was eating. The store.
Story.
The card is titled Magical Amulet. Use is unknown, however, it is quite comforting. The the writing is a lot better penned than the man behind the counter.
Comforting. What does that mean?
It comforts you.
You hold it and you feel your soul's more at peace.
It gives you a pat on the back.
Can I? What would that be? To try and like see how it works.
That would be
Or-
Arcana.
Okay. I got an 11.
On looking at the necklace, you feel it would make your will more fortified if you were ever under the effect of mental attack.
Interesting. So could I wear this along with my pendant for Selene?
I don't see why not. You could ask her. Well, nope, you can't ask her. Yeah.
I can't reach her here.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. I asked the guy how much.
He looks at you before writing down on a paper, just keep your promise, throwing the necklace to you.
I shake his hand and tell him I always keep my promises, even bad ones. And then see if he wants to still proceed to breakfast.
Upon shaking his hand, you notice a couple of black skin flakes have come off on your hand from his burn wounds.
I use lay on hands to heal his hand.
Nah.
I feel bad for hurting his hand.
After that, the three of you make your way to the tavern you visited the day before. However, as soon as you leave the store, that unsettling feeling doesn't stop. While you never asked the guy's name, did you?
He never told us. Well, I did ask. No, I did ask. Like when we first met, and he just shook his head.
Okay, then I mean he couldn't tell you anyway. I mean I guess he could.
Well, I know, and the old lady wouldn't tell me, and then. Oh, wait, that's true. I got a plan for this. I'll recover from this. Don't worry, guys. It's not an airball yet. Let's get to the tavern.
With that, he pulls out a large ring of keys from under his coat before rifling through them and finding the one that goes to the store. Locking it, although he shrugs his shoulder and sighs, as it seems that no matter, even if he locks the door, people make their way in anyway. Before slipping the ring under his robes and bandages. With that, you make your way to the bar. However, as you approach, you realize there's no sound coming from inside.
You said we're inside and there's no sound, or we're outside and
You're
don't hear a
outside
sound?
and don't hear any sound.
I'd like to ask our friend if this is normal for this time of day. So he can just answer yes or no.
Shakes his head, yes.
Mm.
It is morning. Most people don't drink in the morning.
Well, it's also like where you go to get breakfast.
I feel like most people have breakfast.
Could we? Okay, I don't want to do anything crazy. We could just go inside if that's cool with you, Ajax.
Yeah.
With that, you push the doors to the bar open. Unlike the store, which had been locked, you notice they didn't bother with the bar. Upon entering, you notice that the plates and silverware from last night are left around from the festival.
That's nice.
It marks you as off. Why wouldn't they clean the bar before going to bed?
They don't want to.
Can I clean it?
Yeah.
There's no one there, right?
No one's there.
Okay, I want to clean it and use that as a means to pay for breakfast that I'm going to totally cook in their kitchen with their stuff. Look, I'm playing I'm playing the chaotic good right now, okay? Chaotic evil's gonna come back out because I'm chaotic neutral, okay? I got to flip-flop between the two. I was very chaotic evil last time.
Taking the time to clean the kitchen, you notice they have half a bucket of water that you use to scrub everything down, putting away plates, silverware, cleaning them, at least good enough for you to feel okay with taking supplies, and putting them away. Afterwards, you notice they're out of water in the bucket and set it on the side. With that, you decide to help yourself to full access to the pantry behind the bar counter.
Continental breakfast for my friends.
Yay!
Opening the door behind it, you notice there's a large array of salt and preserved meats, as well as a couple cheese wheels. There's some onions and potatoes in a basket as well.
Did they have any eggs?
We're gonna make an omelet.
Jake's finna. No, I was gonna make scramble. I was gonna make eggs, some type of meat, and then some potatoes with onions.
You're really going into detail.
In the baking supplies, you notice that there are indeed eggs.
Let's go. Do I need to roll something to cook?
Oh, I never had to do this before. Let's do
Survival.
Well,
Or can we just say I know how to cook?
let's go performance.
Okay. Ignore the first one.
What did you get? Okay, that's not bad. Wait, no, you have 4.
Okay. Can the performance just be for like the presentation and not the actual cooking aspect?
No.
No, I'm not trying to serve raw food.
It's not going to be raw.
I don't want it to be burnt to a crisp either. Can we just say it's like slightly too
Okay,
overcooked?
I'm the DM. Let me tell you what happened.
I'm asking.
Well, you're about to find out.
Wait. You said I can get away with rolling if I act it out. What if I
That's only for
verbatim
speech
cooking?
checks. That's only for speech. And that's all. It's only for speech checks if you know they're hiding something.
Okay. Fine. Do your damage.
You decide to make the food, however, you realize you're not familiar with cooking with this type of kitchen, and you make the food and it's at least edible. Upon serving it, everybody is quiet as they eat, not out of it being so good, but out of the fact that it's so mediocre. It seems as everybody's ready to get
the table.
The man wrapped in bandages can be visibly seen thinking on his face, I just want this to end.
Okay. You know what? Chaotic evil is back. All right. I did remember this though. I pull out a napkin and a pencil, and I ask the guy his name.
All right.
Now that we're cool, I stipulate that I remembered him not wanting to tell us before. Okay, I'll just say exactly what I'm saying to him. Hey, I realize that we don't know your name, and I tell us before, but now that we've grown accustomed to one another, I was wondering if we could be so inclined.
He writes down. People here call me Rag, but my real name is Viridian.
Is what?
Viridian.
Viridian?
Mm.
I gotta write that down. I will forget. I don't think I spelled that right, but okay.
It's okay. I don't think you'll have a situation where you'll need to spell it out.
You said Viridian?
Yeah.
Like Viridian Forest in Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Oh my gosh.
Was that a purposeful reference?
I was thinking more of just like the color, like, or like living forest, like how do I say, verdant, but like combined with Gideon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But like, I mean, it is the forest. Okay, I was right. Viridian refers to a bright shade of bluish green, like a spring green.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Okay, I wasn't tripping. You had me like, huh?
It's actually a really pretty color.
Yeah, I only make bangers. Only bangers.
Only bangers.
Banger. Hardly know her. Ha
You have negative heroic inspiration. Okay. We got two jokers here.
Okay. All right. Locking. Okay. So we know his name's Viridian. I offer to clean up the plates and stuff.
Okay.
And then I want to investigate the tavern and the kitchen and see if I
That's
find
empty,
anything
right?
Yes.
of people.
Yes, of people. They're the basic supplies for like the bar to function, and there's like the chairs and the tables and stuff. But
I was just
Yeah.
asking about people.
yeah, there's no people.
Okay. Can I investigate?
Yeah.
See if I find anything? All right. Well, I already know the answer to that.
Oh god.
What was it?
7. Upon investigation, you do find it is a bar.
I mean, I was just gonna say it's empty. Like,
Okay, yeah. You look around and notice that no one has sporadically appeared out of nowhere. Is that what you're gonna hit me with?
Is there a back room?
We don't know. I looked around and saw that it's still empty.
I'm gonna use my passive perception.
okay.
That's a passive?
Yeah. Ajax.
Wait,
looks around.
okay, what are the passives again? They're the ones that are...
They're listed on your sheet if you scroll down to senses.
Oh, passive perception, investigation, and insight.
Yup.
And then I have dark vision up to 60 feet.
Lucky.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
You look around the bar, and there is a door to the back room.
I'm gonna go there.
The door is
Well,
locked.
is it locked?
Did you say it's locked?
Mm-hmm.
Can we look around the bar and the kitchen and see if there's a key? Actually, can we ask Viridian if he has a key? Or
He has a lot of keys.
if it's worth investigating?
You ask Viridian if he has a key, and you seem to see on his face flash a wry smile. He pulls out the key ring from under his cloak before pulling one out that is labeled bar. Slipping it into the lock, he opens it. Before again.
Oh, he's just helping us now.
Chest.
Okay.
Bro is fire, dude.
Can I... Do you have a key to every building in town?
He shakes his head no.
What
Do you
about
have a
both?
key to most?
Yes.
Oh, let's go.
Do you think it's a good idea for us to investigate and try and find what's going on?
He says yes.
Are you willing to help all the way through?
He shrugs his shoulders.
Could you do me a favor and indicate when we're going too far?
He says yes. He also points out the finger 1. Seems as if he's gesturing to the key that he is missing.
One key. Did you obtain these keys like via being handed them, or did you acquire them in your own manner?
He holds up 2 fingers.
The second option, in his own manner.
That
Okay.
shakes yes.
Cool. Can I go? What do you want to do, Ajax?
Go in.
Okay. We're going into hole. Door. We'll walk in the door.
All right. Upon entering the door, you notice that is a small office with a desk there. It's piled high with some papers. However, they seem to mostly be order receipts.
Can I use my passive investigation to see if there's any paperwork that would be pertinent to our current situation? Or helpful with information of what's going on with the forest? Or would that be passive perception?
I will say that the passive isn't for you to just be like, can I use
Isn't
this? It's for me to be like, if you walk into a scene and I feel like your character would notice something with that high natural score. Like, say you saw an amulet glimmering on a table.
Okay, well, I have 10. Do I notice anything?
Okay, buddy.
Or do you want me to, I'll roll if you want me to roll. I don't know how passive works, so.
I mean, when you walked in and noticed all the papers on the table, and I told you they seem to be mostly order receipts, that would be like an
Okay,
indication
that was the
for you to
passive.
be like, oh, maybe there's something more here, and I want to more actively look at it.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, can I rummage through the papers and look?
Yes, but it will take some time to do so.
Okay.
Keep a look at it if you want.
Or we could just close the door and lock it back.
It's true.
Can I okay. I grab an empty piece of paper and pencil and ask Viridian, how long does he think we have until we need to leave?
He writes on the paper a while.
Cool. So we have time to look through the paperwork and see if anything's useful?
Shakes his head, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And that gives us time to kill daylight until it's like noon so we can go investigate the forest and use the compass and stuff. If that's cool with you, Ajax.
Yeah.
All right, let's lock in and start reading.
Oh god.
All right. Roll perception, both of you.
Oh my god.
What'd you get?
Bro,
7.
this is rigged.
Use your reroll, please.
Okay. I'm gonna use my reroll, Jake.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god.
This is rigged, dude. This
Okay,
is
okay.
rigged.
Actually, wouldn't it be investigation since we're investigating?
You know
Yeah.
what? Actually,
Free reroll. Free reroll.
it would. Go ahead.
Money. That's a 9.
Oh my god.
Use your reroll.
Jake still has his reroll.
Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Let's go. God is good. So Una can hear us.
Oh my lord! As you both decide to pour over these paper, Viridian decides to sit in the corner and be in between a state of sleeping and meditation. As you sit there for a couple hours, you pile through the papers, and they indeed look to be just order receipts. However, you notice that while the papers on the desk are not useful, underneath in one of the
Alright, Judas farted. We're sitting there for a
Okay.
while.
in one of the drawers of the desk, you find a letter that is sealed with red wax.
Okay.
All right. Can we look around and see if there's a red wax we could use to reseal it if we open it?
I can use mend.
Oh,
Would that work on wax?
yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Well then, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, DM. Yeah,
You're
I
the
think
one
it
who
would.
literally makes the call.
Yeah,
This is quite literally your call. Okay.
that's true.
Then, yeah, Ajax, you want to do the honors?
Sure. I'm gonna open it then.
Upon opening the letter, you see that it is also written in red ink. Looking at it, you notice it has a shocking similarity to the oil that was pooling on the floor in the 3 locations you've noticed so far.
Wait, was the oil red?
Yes.
That makes
I
so
thought it
much
was
more
black.
It was like a dark red.
sense. I was thinking vegetable oil.
No, it's like
Like power steering fluid. It's like viscous, red, oily substance.
yes.
Not that they have cars here, so we know it's not power steering fluid.
You never know.
It's
actually for
in case that
horses.
wasn't clear.
It's for the horses actually.
It's their blinker fluid.
Feed it to the horse and it goes really fast. Upon
Or it just fucking dies.
All right. Upon opening the letter, you read the first message. I mean, the first line. It says, "It has become time for the sacrament again. The forest grows restless at the arrival of new individuals. We must make an offering to it so that it does not consume the whole forest once again. While Rona does provide for us through the destruction of the old, we must make sure that we are worthy of being her creation now."
Is that all it says?
I wanted to think about if I wanted to give you more.
Go ahead, bud.
I'm trying to
You
say
gotta make us work for it.
I'm trying to say it in a way that doesn't spoil anything.
Okay.
Roll. Okay, both of you roll medical.
Okay.
You need medicine?
Yes.
I got an 18.
Oh damn. I got a 7.
Ajax got a 7.
As Ajax holds the letter, Judas sees reflecting in the candlelight that the viscous material, like the writing on the letter, while it doesn't smear, a little bit does drip off onto the candle, causing it to plume in a little bit of fire.
Like it plumed. So you're saying like it got bigger? Like it fueled it?
Yes.
And it's the same material.
You also notice at the bottom
From the pool.
of the letter, there's extra space that is left empty.
Like where
Okay.
someone would sign it.
No.
Or like they not done.
You know, like when you do like a letter for an essay and you're like, it's got to be 3 pages, so you do 2.5.
Can I hold the paper up to the candlelight and see if it reveals anything?
Don't burn it.
Yes.
What? Obviously, not put it in the fire.
Just saying. It's very flammable.
I paper flammable. New.
And
In
then
other words, air
Yeah.
dry.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I do that.
You hold the paper to the flame and notice that there is something muddled at the bottom. However, you are unable to make out what it says.
Can I ask Viridian if he can make out what it says?
You're going to ask him. Yeah.
I politely tap his shoulder to break his nap/meditational state and say, "Yo, gang, you read this shit?"
He's sitting in the corner peacefully, but upon touching him, he darts awake with a little jump. Through groggy eyes, he looks at you and points at the paper into the flame.
Yeah, I just held it up to the flame. I can see that there are characters, but I can't quite make out what they are. Since you have been around here longer, I was wondering if you could make out if it was some secret term or language that they only use here.
He looks at you for a second before holding out the hand, gesturing toward the letter.
Huh?
Like he wants
What do
you
you
to
mean?
hand it to him.
Oh, yeah.
Taking
Here you go, big dog.
taking the letter in his hand, he places it on top of the candle fire before it becomes engulfed. He lets it go before golden letters are written in the air. The one chosen for today.
One what?
Wait, what?
is-
The one chosen for it today, what?
The one chosen to be sacrificed is Matilda Faye.
I would like to write down, since that's still on my memory, I would like to write down everything we read. The red letters and what we saw once it was in the flame. So we have it for later to look back upon.
I don't think I can mend it.
Yeah.
Just seal the like envelope and throw it back in.
Actually, I was gonna say, yeah, can we do that?
Yeah. Let's hope they don't read
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna do
Wait, I got this. Okay. I want to make 2 copies of the paper. One for us with the what we read, one in the golden letters.
Yeah.
So we have it for our party, and then a copy of the red ink, and I want to try and mimic the handwriting to put it back in the envelope, even though I can't mimic whatever magic or because I have no idea what the hell that was. But I have a plan for that. But I want to do the red ink first to try and replace it.
Roll sleight of hand.
21.
Damn.
I got a 19 with a +2 modifier.
All right, you're able to do it. While the letters look similar to the original ones, the magic on the envelope, the letter will not be the same.
But it has some, like I replaced some of it.
Yeah.
I asked Viridian if he could help make it like the original.
He looks at you and shrugs his shoulders. Like, why would I know how to do that?
For
That's
real.
fair. That's fair. I look at him and I say, "Hey, can't hate me for asking. You can't hate the player. Gotta hate the game. You know." Okay. Do we want to do one last look around, Ajax, before we mend this and put it back?
I mean, sure.
See if we find anything else. Could we ask Viridian if he knows of anything else in here that might be of use?
He shakes his head at yes before walking underneath the desk and pushing it slightly out of the way. There's a floor safe and he slips a key into the lock before opening it, revealing a couple bags of money.
All right.
Bro really had to take it into his own hands.
What do you say?
Bro really had to take it into his own hands.
Okay. I was wondering how upset he would be morally with us robbing. Here he opening the safe. Okay. How much gold is there, and how much do we want to take?
Looking inside, you see a hefty amount of bags, each with various sigils on it, as if they didn't all come from the same place. You notice there's probably a good 1,000 coins here.
I don't want to take all of it because they'll definitely notice.
How would they know it's us?
Because we already robbed one store,
Sorry, that's me.
and we're the
talking.
only outsiders.
That's me talking. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Dash that dog in me.
Yeah, Ajax does not give a shit. He doesn't care about money.
I look at Viridian and ask him how much would be
acceptable to take.
How much could we take without them noticing?
He looks at you and... Oh.
Oh.
What happened? Oh, there we go.
Welcome back.
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad.
You good?
You can. With that, he looks at you and shrugs. With that he writes down the paper, the bags full of money, and then tipping them over and filling them back up with rocks.
Okay. Game plan. We can only. This is heavy, right? So because it is gold coins.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 gold coins. That's probably gonna weigh a lot. So I think we take 250 gold coins. Split it evenly. We'll take 400. Split it evenly 4 ways for Octavia and Valorant. So we all get 100. And then you and I, Ajax, will split it 200, 200 for right now until Valorant and Octavia are back so we can give them their 100. That way it's a lot, but it's not like too much. It's still under 50%. And then we can replace the bags we do take with rocks and put them at the bottom of the pile. So like even if they do notice, hopefully we'll be long gone by then.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
I'm just saying, putting coins on top of the rocks is a pretty good idea.
It is. It is a good idea.
I asked Viridian, does he think this is a solid game plan? He's my what's it called? The person that like you go to for moral advice.
He just draws a he draws a picture of him with a bunch of money bags.
Okay.
Are we
Oh,
gonna give him
we got to take 500. We got to give Viridian 100.
I was about to say.
Okay. All right. That's the game plan. All right. Can I go? Okay. I give Ajax 200, Viridian 100. I put 200 in my bag. And then I get some empty bags to fill up with rocks from outside to put back.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Ajax could just do that.
Do what?
Oh, I could.
He's an Earth Ganassi. He can make Earth
Yeah.
material.
Oh shit, we're cooking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can mold.
I don't know. I don't know what the different races and stuff can do. So,
Honestly, dude, I don't know either.
all right. Well, yeah. Ajax, do you mind filling up these baggies with rocks so I can put them under the gold that we're leaving?
Yeah, let me read my thing real quick to see if I can make them look like gold.
If you can just spawn gold,
No.
let's just.
No, I don't think
Like-
it would be gold, just look like gold.
Oh, if you can make it look like gold and even make them look like the coins, but they're
Are we gonna
rocks,
do,
then we can
like-
just take all of them.
Fake money.
Dude, literal money glitch. GTA money glitch.
Viridian holds out a hand to you, by the way.
Huh?
He holds out a hand to you. Seems to be gesturing toward the money.
I give him his bag of gold
Oh,
of 100.
I can do it,
'Cause-
but it only lasts an hour.
Oh. For the
Yeah.
rocks in general?
Like, well, no, the rocks will stay there. It's just like changing the shape and the color.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, we just need the rocks and we'll put them under the 500 we're leaving.
Okay, I can do that at will. So.
Okay, let's do that.
After you finish your scheme and replace everything in the safe quite expertly, you make it where it is almost impossible to tell the difference unless you actively look. Viridian takes his bag of money before pouring the coins into his mouth.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm adding
There's a human coin.
100 gold pieces to my character's inventory, by the way.
Okay.
And then we just got to remind Octavia and Valorant to do that with theirs as well.
Okay.
Okay. So that was really weird.
What was?
Viridian eating the fucking gold.
He's not eating it.
He's
Oh, he's holding it in his mouth. 100 gold pieces?
Yeah.
That's like 10 fucking pounds.
That's how he gains weight.
Viridian looks
Bro
at your
must be mewing so hard.
he looks at your confused face before opening his mouth, revealing a black mass of energy inside. You can't see the coins, and he shuts his mouth again.
Wait,
Vanilla Ice from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure!
Huh?
how much can he fit in there?
That's a JoJo reference!
Is it?
Wait, no, it's not. Is it Vanilla Ice? Yeah, the guy that kills Avdol.
What?
Bro,
Yeah, the stand that like he like slips into a pocket dimension in part 3 and he like eats himself and disappears and then can like regurgitate himself to come back into reality. It's really cool.
I had no idea about that. So
I'm pretty sure his name's Vanilla Ice.
I
Yeah.
looked him up.
I was thinking of like bag of holding type shit where you can just fit anything in there.
That's what I was going for, but
Okay.
hey, it's the same concept. Vanilla
So-
Ice.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice. That's it. I'm remembering the right stand. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I guess with that, we should mend the wax seal and replace that letter and then ask Viridian to lock the safe and the door as we leave.
You can just eat anything.
Did he eat my food or did he just put it in there because he didn't want to eat it?
He looks at you shyly.
You motherfucker!
As he should.
With that, he locks the door to the office and you all make your way outside.
Wait,
Okay,
Did
that's what I-
Ajax mend the letter and did Viridian lock the safe first?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
Was
so
it
we
all
left
the-
0 trace.
pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And no one's still out
Nope.
and about?
Even though it
Uh,
has become 10 o'clock, you don't see anybody milling about.
Jesus.
but the sun is far enough up that like we could reasonably go look
Yes.
around the woods, not too far from the village.
Yep.
Okay. Ajax, do you still want to go investigate and follow the compass and see where it leads?
Hell yeah.
Viridian, are you down to go with us? Or do you think this is a bad idea?
He looks at you for a second before drawing himself staying in the village.
Mm.
Oh,
Is there anything else we could do in the village at this point? I hand him a paper.
He shakes his wrist. It's starting to hurt after drawing all these images.
Oh my god, okay.
Before writing, just I do not know.
Lazy writing, bruh.
Bruh, he literally he isn't all knowing, bruh.
yes, he
He's
is.
a-
I know. I know.
Bro's like, where is it?
It's on character. What can I say? What other buildings are in the village that we know of?
Oh,
We know, I'm assuming everyone has a house. We know there's the chapel, there's the tavern, and there's the school, because that's where we saw the girl playing in the yard by. Right?
Hold on. Yes.
Are there any other buildings that are blatantly obvious?
I mean,
I feel like we should be able to see every building. It's kind of hard to hide a building in an open village.
you know the bar, the store, the house with the pig pen by it. There are a couple of small houses that people stay in. The schoolhouse, and there's also a well in the middle of the village.
I need to grab the bucket from the kitchen in the tavern and refill it with.
Okay.
I'm gonna go run and do that, Ajax and Viridian. I'll be right back. I distinctly remember it was only half full, so I need to only fill it up halfway.
You go and get the bucket from behind the counter, taking it to the well. As you get to the well, you notice there's an echo from deep below. There's also no rope that could be used to force the bucket further down.
There's a person down there. Then he fell down the well.
So I cannot fill the bucket, is what you're saying.
No.
How did they fill the bucket?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, it did.
They just put it out in the rain? Can I look for rope? Or ask actually,
We have
um
rope.
yeah, we have rope. Can I attach the rope to the bucket?
Yeah.
Can I use my dark vision to look down in the well?
Hit some.
I have clear vision for 60 feet.
You look down to the well, and while you can see for quite a while, you don't see the bottom.
But I don't. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, I attach the rope and throw the bucket down there to get the water.
Throw the bucket down there.
Hold on.
Someone better not eat my bucket.
You pull it out,
Fuck.
there's like a giant like bite mark out of it.
Viridian's just wiping his mouth clean.
Hold on 1 second. I'm fixing something.
You're good. You're good.
How dare you?
Hold on. I think you're gonna like this.
Okay.
Hold on.
Ignore those rolls. I'm just rolling
You're
for
good,
fun. I'm bored.
That's so real.
Here, let me know if you get this.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's fire. Favorited that one and Sean.
Okay.
All right.
So you're trying to use this.
Yeah, just
rope.
throw the bucket down there and try and refill it.
All right. You load the rope onto the winch and notice that it doesn't go properly. It seems that if it's made for steel cable.
I am thinking this is not where people refill their water.
Am I with him or am I still
Wait.
with him?
Yeah, you are. Wait, no, I think you're waiting with Ridian.
Okay.
I know.
thought so.
Okay. I think I know what this is for. I have a tinder box. Can I like make a torch real quick and throw it down there?
Yeah.
I do that.
You drop. Okay, you make this torch and you light it, right? And you're
Yeah.
holding it over the edge. You can feel the updraft coming down up from the well, right? As you let go of the torch, you see it fall. It falls far longer than should be capable for a normal well, right?
Mhm.
Eventually, as it hits the bottom, you can just see a speck of glowing, right? Before it makes a far larger shape. Flame shoots back up out of the well, right? And you have to step back because of the heat. However,
Yeah.
after it's done, you look back down the well and notice the flame has died out again. Also, y'all can go ahead and be level 2.
Yay!
Oh, how do I do that?
You go and you level up.
Where's that at?
I think I go through manage character and levels. And
Manage.
then when you get there, you just press number 2.
After dropping this torch, by the way, in the fire blooming up, you feel the ground below you begin to shake. And there are more thumps.
Like the heartbeat thumps or just thumps?
It is the heartbeat thumps.
I would like to run like a little schoolgirl back to Viridian and Ajax.
You
And educate them on my findings.
you begin to peel back to the two of them, and through half out of breath and stammering words, you explain the situation to them.
I would also like to ask Viridian where they get their water, since it's clearly not the well. As I'm still holding the bucket. No promise left behind. I say and wink at Viridian since I promised him to heal him. So he gets the memo. So he knows no homies left behind.
Viridian looks at you for a moment and then looks away.
Is he blushing?
I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell. He's like charred up. Yeah, he's blushing through the char. Like it's like anime glowing little circles.
Let's go, Riz.
It's like that finger thing.
And he points to a bunch of rainwater tankards behind the bar building.
Okay.
This was not gonna say anything.
Can I? All right. I want to refill the bucket halfway and put it back.
All right. You begin to hold on. You fill up the bucket and put it inside, putting it in the same way and turning it so the handle is in the proper place, right?
Mm-hmm. That way, there's no indication that we were there, aside from it being completely cleaned up. But I'm hoping that they're gonna know that was us, and I'm hoping that just helps the good karma of us, because we did rob the store and stuff. So I'm trying to get us some good karma back with the villagers.
Oh my god.
So that way we can learn more, because they're more likely to tell us stuff if we do them favors and are nice.
Fair enough.
I as I'm explaining this, I look at Viridian to see if he gives me like a thumbs up or something, or if I should just cut my losses and just keep doing what we're doing.
Viridian looks at you and just shrugs.
He's real for that. Okay, actually, now that I know there's water in the rainwater tankard, are we still hearing the heartbeat?
Yes. If you can.
Okay.
Can you hear it in the sound?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Never mind. We got more important matters at hand.
We got bigger fish to fry, Viridian. Put away the coins.
Okay. So I tell them what I did with the tinder box, because I realized that it was not a well for water. And then I point to the heartbeat and say, I may or may not have caused that. Is that cause for alarm?
Viridian stops and just takes out the paper and says, probably.
Okay. Should we ignore it and keep going, or should we investigate it further?
Why don't you jump down the well?
Okay, also, I think that is where they do the sacrificing. Since it looks like it's made for steel cable, and I noticed since the flame shot up, I think it's coated in the same fluid. And then that's why we hear the heartbeat now, since I agitated whatever it is. And that's why the flame, because the only explanation for the flame doing what it did is that it is coated in that same fluid, which means it is involved with what's going on. And because the winch looks like it's made for steel cable instead of rope, and there's clearly no water down there, I think whatever is having people being sacrificed to is down there, and that's where they do the sacrificing. That's just my thing. So with that being my logic, I don't want to go rappel down there.
Damn.
At least not right now.
Did anybody else hear the heartbeats, or are they still in hiding or whatever?
No, the heartbeats are going.
So is the whole village waking up now to come see who started that?
Surprisingly, no.
Are they all actively hiding from it?
You notice that nobody seems to be coming out, and you can't hear anybody or anything.
Does the quiet feel louder than before?
Quiet feels the exact same.
You know what I mean by that?
Yes, I know what you mean. If people stop breathing and
yeah, imminent doom approaches, Moon Lord's finna spawn,
Yeah, no, I got you, but no.
Okay.
Hold on.
I mean, we've heard the heartbeat before and nothing happened, so I think we might be safe to continue doing what we were doing. and coming back to that later and investigating the well later. What do you think, Ajax?
Cast ball.
Cast fireball?
Don't
Can
have
you-
Is that what you said?
fireball.
I said we should have a wizard cast fireball.
How do we learn spells? I want to learn new stuff.
When you level up.
Oh, well, I
Ooh.
leveled up. What do I do?
Did
Go
you?
look to see if you can add spells.
How do I do that?
Go to spells.
Oh. Divine Smite. What does that do?
Yay!
Oh, that's like the paladin version of fireball. It's not like fire, but it's like your best.
It's if the target is a fiend or undead, I roll a d8 for increased damage.
Yeah, but it levels up with you.
Okay.
So right now level 2. That's big, but like later on.
2d8 is what it says effect.
What?
Yeah. So it says time 1b8, range self, effect 2d8.
Yeah. So if you're fighting the monsters, you can use that and divine smite them. Yes.
Okay. So, and I can use that for every swing essentially?
Does it have a set amount of uses?
No. Doesn't say.
And I guess so.
Okay.
You just got more power. Damn, you get 2d8, but if it's undead, then it becomes 3d8.
Then what?
It becomes 3d8.
Yeah. Wait. Since we know what's afflicting Viridian is magical, and we know it's demonic in nature due to the holy water affecting it.
You don't know that.
The holy water is what was the key to me healing him with lay on hands.
Not necessarily.
Is it just water in general?
No.
So it's something within the holy water is the key to lay on hands being able to heal him.
In a way.
Well, the only thing special about holy water is it's water and it's holy.
Yeah. And
So it's one of those
water's
two
not the
characteristics.
effect.
So it
Roll
has to be holy.
Arcana.
16.
Damn.
You think about the holy water and wonder if the property of Selena's holy magic counteracted whatever was affecting Viridian.
What?
Upon pouring the holy water on the wound and using your spell, you felt as if like two gods' magics was clashing.
Would it be possible to use divine smite and see if that would kill whatever it is afflicting him, and then lay on hands to heal the wound I caused?
We're just gonna kill him.
No, I'm not gonna hit him in like a vital area. I just want to test it on like a slash on his arm or something. Obviously, I would ask him first, but I'm just saying, would this work with lay on hands? I know lay on hands will heal the afflict. So I guess really, I can only test this by testing it.
Hell no! Hell no! That's hell no!
You could definitely try that.
Okay. I asked Viridian for consent to do a small slash on his arm using Divine Smite, and then explain that I'm going to heal him afterwards with lay on hands. But I just want to see if this would heal that area permanently.
All right, he is going to write on the paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it almost seems as if the words. Oh, hold on. are blacked out with ink in a way that you can tell he is very much against the idea. Upon reading it, right,
Mhm.
you hear this in his imaginary voice.
Oh, hell no! That's, oh, hell no!
Okay. All right.
No,
So
but
now
I would.
that's why I'm saying I'm not gonna slash his chest open. I'm trying it on a small part, like his hand or his forearm.
Hold on 1 second. People are knocking.
You're good. That's the villagers coming out.
Yeah. They brought me a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So walk me through exactly what you want to do again to him. I need to think about how this is gonna work.
Okay. So it feels like two gods are clashing between the holy water and lay on hands. Right? Divine
Not
smite.
between those.
It was between the holy water and what was happening on Viridian. And lay on hands was just me actively healing the wound, but also through my god. So, but the combination of the two is what made my god's strength strong enough to even try and fight.
Yes, there's something
So-
affecting Viridian.
Okay. Divine Smite is a stronger cast
Mhm.
than just using the holy water. So it's more of my god's power. So I'm seeing if I could use Divine Smite on like his forearm or something to isolate that area, and if it has enough strength to isolate it and like essentially stop the spread to that area, or at least for a longer period of time. And then I'm going to use Lay on Hands to just heal the wound I inflict. Because obviously I'm not trying to just slash his arm and not do anything.
Okay.
And when I say slash, I'm talking like a little cut. Because you don't need to do like a full-on two-handed cleave with your long sword.
It's not healing energy, right? Like it's like a god's damage, right? This is its energy funneled into the method of harm.
Right. But it's the god's energy regardless. I mean, the holy water
Yes,
wasn't healing
but
in nature either.
He will still take the damage. He's going
Right,
to
and that's
take-
why I'm going to use Lay on Hands to heal the damage.
That's not going to be enough. 3d8's going to kill the dude.
Please don't kill him. I
But
love
I'm not
him.
doing like a full-on attack. Like it's like literally a slash. Like I'm doing a little prick essentially with just a little bit of the energy. Like I'm not even trying to for real attack. I'm just channeling a little bit of the energy is what I'm trying to do. Like would that be possible?
No, especially considering you can't interact with Selena because of the area you're in.
I mean, I get a little bit, but yeah, I can't like actively talk to her or get her guidance.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're not going to be able to control this energy like that.
Okay. Okay, that's all I need.
So while the blade itself won't do much damage because you're not trying to actively harm him, the magic
The
coming
magic
from
could-
it will.
Yeah. So there's no way for me to heal him.
I mean, I
Without-
will let you try and do a Arcana roll, but if you fail, it'll
I
have
kill him.
consequences.
Please do
Okay.
not.
But it won't kill him
It might.
Please don't
if I
kill
get
him.
that low of a roll.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we'll wait on that then.
For some,
Alright.
maybe later.
Bro, again, hits you with the.
Oh, hell no! That's,
Yeah,
oh, hell
okay.
no!
But I do like where your head was with that.
Could I roll? Okay. Could I have an idea. Okay.
Yes.
That way I can preserve my holy water
Mm-hmm.
for now. since it'll take me a while to replenish more. Can I get fresh bandages? Not right now. This is like an idea for what I'll do tonight so we don't waste daylight doing it. But before I forget, can I soak clean bandages in holy water, replace his bandages with the drenched holy water bandages, and then use lay on hands on his like entirety of himself to see if that helps anything? Because we saw it did work before, but it got instantly replaced because I only did a small area. And it was a drop of holy water. But this is his entire body being wrapped in soaked bandages.
Go ahead.
Should we do it now or should we wait till tonight, Ajax, and continue with our quest for now?
Dude, I ain't got a clue.
I mean, it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. I want to wait till noon. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Wait, can we proceed to like inside of a place though? So like his wounds don't get exposed to the elements, like the chapel or something?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can I just like make more holy water? Is that something I can do? Like bless it?
Maybe. Let me look up exactly how it works.
Okay.
Mainly just because I don't want to be like, yeah, just divine smite a bathtub and I'll have holy energy.
Yeah, I was thinking the way I would replenish it was like wasting one of my uses of lay on hands on or
All right.
something.
It says you can make holy water by a paladin or a cleric with a ceremony spell by using 25 coins and powdered silver and the use of a level 1 spell slot, and it takes an hour to complete. And it's typically
Okay.
only a vial created though.
Typically only a vial.
Yeah, so that's like a water skin worth.
Yeah. I mean, mine it just says I have holy water. It doesn't like say what it is.
Does it not have like
But
an
okay.
amount?
It does not have a what?
Does it not have an amount?
No.
Then I'll assume you have a little under a whole water skin worth, since that's the amount created by, the spell. And since you've already used some.
Yeah, I mean, I do have it says I have a weight. I have a weight for it. It's a pound, so I would assume that's about a water skin, yeah.
Yeah.
Should be enough to soak bandages.
Yeah, you should have like
Since I only used a
left.
drop, like a thimble before.
You'll have half of it left if you do that.
Half? Oh, I'll have half? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that in the chapel so I can make sure. I want to thoroughly cleanse first so he doesn't get like an infection.
Okay.
Obviously, if he consents to this.
He seems like he will allow it.
I mean, it's not like I'm trying to smite him anymore. I'm genuinely just trying to heal him this time. This is only healing magic.
He, upon going into the chapel and cleaning out an area, he lays across one of the pews, right? You soak these bandages in the holy water. I can feel a slight radiance coming off it. Upon looking at him, he begins to take off his rags. As he pulls them, you can see they're sticking to his body, as if like pus and decay have caused them to like bind to him almost, and they haven't been changed in quite a while. They're a dark color. Upon pulling them off, he sits there in like his nudity, but you can't even tell what features are supposed to be there because he's so burned and darkened. Upon looking at the body, you can see that there are small splashes of red tendrils on him.
Okay. Also, I just want to point out that my lay on hands is improved. It's literally doubled in magical power since I leveled up. But since I did use it twice already, did I use it twice or 3 times? Because it also doubled my uses. I'm now up to 10 per long rest. But I want to subtract the amount I've used so far, so it's like still fair.
I don't know how many times you.
I remember 2 distinctly.
There was one in the shop and one recently. Just do 2. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Describe how
we
you want to
see
do
the
this.
way. Huh?
Describe how you want to wrap him.
Well, first I want to clean the pus and all that, and like actually thoroughly clean his wounds, so because I do want him to naturally heal whatever I can't heal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to. Well, I also want to investigate the red tendrils you were talking about, and see. I want to see if they can give us any insight of like what hurt him and what's afflicting him and what goddess it is or god, what deity, since I know it is another deity clashing with mine. And then after I do that investigation, then I want, and after he's cleaned up and like normal medicinal balm is applied, I want to wrap the holy water soaked bandages all the way around him
Mm-hmm.
and then use lay on hands to its fullest extent. All 8 uses, like as much power as I can channel through my person.
Okay. All
And
right.
just try and completely heal his blight.
Says he's sitting here and you wrap him up, you clean him. You take your hands with this wrap and you place them upon him. And you just put forth all the holy energy you can.
All 8 uses. So that's 80 HP worth of healing and -5 poison if he has that per use. So 40 poison.
Upon blasting this energy onto him, right, you notice
Uh-huh.
that the necklace on your body begins to shine a little bit, right?
The Selene or the one we got from the shop?
The one from the shop.
Okay.
Upon blasting this energy, the golden light shines from it, and his body begins to change. While it's still darkened and gray, you see patches of white skin begin to bloom up before eventually overtaking it. Upon finishing, you notice that he has green eyes and blonde hair now. While his body still has residual scars from damages in the past, they're no longer the ones that have been reopening from whatever was afflicting him. Upon finishing, he sits there and tries to talk, but notices that his vocal cords still do not function.
Damn.
That's all right. We did the most important part there. We healed him.
Mostly.
True.
It seems that you have healed the most drastic of effects upon him.
And he at least is not being overcame by the effects he had before. Like he's not turning back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Upon doing this, he holds out his hand, looking at his skin and flexing his fingers before looking at you, and you see tears well up in his eyes.
All right. I just want to clarify. I used all 8 uses. I have 0 healing capacity left until a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Roll initiative! I'm just kidding.
What did I find in my investigation of his wounds? Like, did we get any insight into what deity was affecting him? Or did I find anything in the conflict between it and myself?
Okay. When you healed him,
I can roll something if you want.
it felt like the very chapel that you were in was against you, trying to make you fail.
Oh, maybe the chapel wasn't the best call, but I overpowered it. Raw level 2 magic.
So
Using 8 charges, I will neither deny or confirm that it saved you.
Yeah, 8 charges, plus the pendant that I had on, plus the pendant for my goddess, plus the holy water from my goddess. I will not lie. I was like, he gonna have to pull some crazy shit to make that not work.
I did
So,
nothing.
I really thought you, since it's even though it's a passive ability, I was fully prepared for you to be like, it works, but you pass out and have to wait.
No.
Okay.
I'd carry you.
Ajax.
Big strong man.
You notice that while Judas was doing this, that the earth underneath your feet has begun to rumble more.
Noted.
Judas wasn't able to detect this, but you were able to because of your traits.
Okay.
Oh, so it's like deep underground.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Since I don't know that, I look at Viridian and hand him the paper and ask how he feels.
And the paper, and he writes, much better. It
We're in the-
almost. Okay.
We're in the chapel, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I was confirming.
He writes more, and it appears that his speech has become his writing has become more eloquent, as if some of the fog on his mind has left. And he writes, "Let's get out of this chapel. I don't like the energy here. It feels the same as my old wounds."
Agreed.
Okay. Before we do that, can I check and see if that smudge puddle is still there?
Yes. You gotta look at the puddle and notice that has pooled out completely behind the altar, causing half the room to be submerged in the fatty oil.
Oh,
Can I go and wake up the pastor?
definitely.
So
I want to go do that.
all right. You make your way to his door and open it, and notice there's nobody inside.
Oh, fuck.
Where's the little girl?
Tidley is not there.
Oh, fuck.
And he doesn't have a wife or anything.
You seem to remember that Tidley's name was Matilda.
Tidley's name is what?
Matilda.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
What does that mean?
She's gonna die. They're sacrificing her.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to find her.
We gotta go to the well thing.
But we saw no one was outside.
It's probably an underground part.
I'd like to ask Viridian if he knows where they do the sacrifices.
He holds out a hand gesturing for the compass that you were holding.
Ajax has the compass.
Here's the compass.
Upon taking the compass, he points at the arrow that is spinning around wildly. He points towards the woods.
Is that where everyone's at?
He looks at you and says, "Hopefully."
He says it?
My bad. He writes no hopefully.
He writes what? Hopefully?
Yes.
We were just like, he could talk.
I can't stop winning. Okay. Game plan. Ajax, if you and Viridian want to go and follow the compass, I want to run around and see if I can find anyone in the village. And if I can, I'm going to try and find where they're doing the sacrifice if it's not there. Is there a way that I can easily find you down the path that you're following? Since I don't have the compass.
Probably not. But
We
I
don't
would
have
say-
anything.
I would say that it's not really a good idea to maybe like get ourselves in a potential fight when you don't have anything left to heal us.
That's fair.
And also half our team isn't here.
Well, okay, I feel like if we get into a fight that we can like that Jake
can
can
use their
like
abilities.
improvise something so they're at least assisting.
Yeah, but I kind of want like their consent, I guess. You know?
That's fair.
That's fair. I mean, I can text Octavia and see if she's cool with it. I'm sure
think
she
that's-
is.
We could
Because
just.
I already Sorry, go ahead.
I can just I'll just scale back the combat for 2 people.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
But if I narrate, I might include all 4 of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't have your healing.
Yeah, that is true. But you still have that ability that you were talking about where you can like completely mask yourself and others
Yeah,
around you.
I can.
Is that once per long rest or is that just a one-time use period?
Let me check my spell. It's once per long rest.
Oh, okay, awesome.
While y'all are trying to think of a plan, You see Viridian begin to force his arm deep into his mouth, right? And
Begin to
You're
what?
cutting out.
he begins to force his arm deep within his mouth. And he seems to be digging
Oh.
around for something before grabbing upon something and pulling it out. It is a large crystal vial filled with a red liquid, and at the top it has a golden skull. And he hands it to you,
To me or Ajax?
to like y'all in the middle of each other.
What is it?
He writes on the paper.
I grab it. I grab it, but like, what is it?
It seems to be a healing potion.
It seems.
Yes. He confirms it on the paper.
Okay. Would this replace my long rest and heal my replenishing ability for lay on hands? Or is this just for the lack of access to lay on hands?
He holds up 2 fingers.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Ajax, do you want to take the healing potion just in case? And then I was thinking what we could do is like leave a trail of something as you and Viridian go, because I shouldn't be long behind. I just want to run by every house and essentially bang on the door and see if anyone comes out
Why don't
before
we just
I
wait
start
for you?
following y'all. Huh?
Why don't we just wait for you?
True. Or y'all could go with me. We could split up and you and I could quickly do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, I guess we don't have to include Viridian in this because he can't talk and stuff. But
He can bang on doors.
well, yeah, but I mean,
I know. I'm just messing with
Tum
you.
tum tum,
Yeah, yeah.
Saur.
yeah. Also, I don't want to like force him to do this because I know he's not one for conversation regardless. So I know he doesn't want to be in the chapel, so we could leave the chapel. We can meet back up at the store since that's where like he works. If he wants to wait for us there, and then you and I can run around and see if we can literally find anyone. Or maybe we could find clues as to where everyone went.
Okay.
All right, let's do that then.
All right, you make your way around the village and knock on doors, and you notice that nobody is answering.
Jake,
Yeah.
just so you know, you keep cutting out.
Why? Hold on.
For me, at least. I don't know about Sean.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just been able to piece together what he said.
Yeah.
Also, the music paused.
Hello? Is this better?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the music won't play.
Oh, I paused it.
Oh, that's why I can't play it. There it goes.
You're not the host.
You go
True.
around to all the doors, knocking on them, banging your fist. Nobody seems to respond. Eventually, you make your way through all the houses in the village before finally being at the one with the pigsty. You knock as well, but get no response. However, you notice something odd. There's no oinking from the pigs either. As you look over the gate, you notice they're all missing.
I'd like to, and which one of us is there? Because we split up.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Do you want to roll for it?
yeah, roll.
Wait, who? What?
You
Roll
both
initiative?
can roll. Yeah, just roll initiative and we'll pick whoever gets the highest.
I got a 9.
I got an 18.
All right, Ajax, you got this.
Oh god.
Ajax, after looking at the empty pig pen, notices that the gate wasn't ever opened. It's almost as if they somehow got out without outside assistance, right? Looking in the trails in the dirt, you're able to decipher that they indeed almost just vanished. There's no path away from outside the pen.
So, the pigs literally just vanished.
Yes.
I don't know what to do with that.
Do I find anything while I'm looking around?
While you're looking around, you don't see anything. There's nothing else to see.
Okay, well, can I loop back around to find Ajax
Yes.
at Thomas's house?
You
Yeah, I
may.
was
That's
just
Thomas, right? The pig guy?
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Dang it. Who's Thomas?
I was about to say, who's Thomas?
That is, I think you're trying to reference Terrence, who is the mayor.
Yeah, Terrence.
I
Okay.
Yeah.
was just gonna assume we met up back at the shop, and I was just gonna tell you what happened.
Okay. I mean, it's up to Jake, but I was hoping like I could like find nothing and then like run around and like bump into you at Gabriel's house so we could investigate, but it's up to Jake how he wants to play that out.
I think that makes sense. If you're like investigating Ajax,
Yeah.
that you would take more time.
Yeah.
And it's not a big village. Judas should be able to see you from anywhere in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I run to Gabriel's house.
I'm just gonna give you like the brief of the pigs disappeared.
Okay. Can I roll would it be nature to see if I find any like natural clues or like any inquiry as to what happened to the animals? Like by finding like looking at like their tracks and stuff, like trying to find stuff like that.
There are no tracks.
Okay, well what would I do to investigate further? Be nature or investigation, medicine, I don't know.
Um,
Animal handling, maybe?
Can we see if there was any magic involved?
Yeah, what would that be? Arcana?
yeah, that would be Arcana. You both can roll it.
Okay. 13.
Oh my god, natural 1.
Let's go. But it's a +3 modifier, so Ajax got a 4.
Well,
Yeah, but
if
it's a
you know
nat
nat
one.
one, it's a nat one no matter
Yeah,
what.
yeah. Damn.
You notice that there was no cast and magic involved at this in this at the very least. However,
Is this for Judas or Ajax?
this is for Judas.
Okay.
Ajax, roll nature.
Roll what?
Nature.
9.
Nice.
You think to yourself, the only way these pigs could have got out of this pen without leaving tracks outside would be 3 ways. The first would be they grew wings and flew.
Okay.
The second would be they jumped so far away from the pin they didn't hit any ground near it.
Oh my god.
Or the third would be that something big enough grabbed them.
I mean, that's what I would assume.
You
Yeah.
also think back to yourself if there was any large individual that left no footprints on moving.
I do.
I don't.
Remember Mother for Matilda?
Yeah, but she's a ghost. Can she touch us?
Yeah. She's a very large individual that could do stuff. Because I saw her physically touching the trees. She just left no footprints.
I
And
guess
she
we'll
did threaten to kill us, so I would assume she does have the capacity to have physical interactions.
Yeah, but why would she want to?
We could find out the why later, but this is our number one suspect.
Let's just make a mental note of that.
Yeah. Okay. What do I find with Arcane?
You just noticed there wasn't any magic used.
Oh, okay.
So it had to be physical.
Could I look? What would I do to look for any indication that Mother would be involved?
Wouldn't really be able to.
Ghostbusters.
I mean,
Okay.
they leave no evidence unless they want to.
That's true. That's true.
And you don't
But
even
we
know
know
if that was her.
Mother cared. Okay, but we know Matilda's the one being sacrificed, and we know Mother deeply cares for Matilda to so far to the point that she not only allows her safely into the woods for passage and does not hurt her, but also safely guides her back to the village. Because they said she does that.
I thought she didn't go into the village.
Mother doesn't, but Mother does guide Matilda back to the village if she finds her wandering in the woods. You get what I'm saying? Like, she guides her to the threshold, but will not actively enter the village. Well,
Yeah.
no. She said she doesn't like to enter the village. She did not say she won't.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, I know how Jake is, so I know that the terminology and grammar is very important. So,
Go ahead and get inspiration.
what?
Go ahead and take inspiration.
What do you mean?
He likes you.
Whenever the players make a good deduction, they get inspiration. So so it's like a bonus. You can do a reroll later if you want to.
Oh, okay, cool.
Y'all can still hear me all right, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just
Yeah.
making sure.
It's not
Okay.
bad.
So, with that in mind, I don't want to say the villagers aren't in the woods, but they have to be in an area where Mother cannot reach them, because I don't think Mother would allow them to safely sacrifice Matilda. I feel like Mother would kill the rest of the village before she allowed that to happen.
Why don't we check out the woods?
I think that's what we should do. But we should check the well real quick on the way out, just once over, to make sure no one's at it and that's not where they're doing stuff.
Can't we like see it? He
Yeah,
said
that's what I'm saying.
it's
I'm
just
saying we
all
should just
down.
look at it before we go and then meet up
I
with Viridian
also
and
want to point out, if there was anybody down there, you incinerated them. Just throwing that out there, you know?
you know.
So, I mean, if y'all really want them to be down there, they could be, but there's not much left.
Bro, it looked like my profile picture.
Yeah. They're like, we sacrificed
Okay.
to this goddess throwing up.
To be fair, you did. Okay. To be fair,
Yeah.
you said the only thing I heard was a little bit of that, like a little bit of wailing and like no other
Not down there.
responses.
No, we heard
That
the
wasn't from
heartbeat.
down the well.
No, that was from
We
like
heard the
the
heartbeat.
woods. You heard the heartbeat.
I thought
from
you
the-
said So all I heard from the well was the heartbeat, and before I threw the thing down.
You heard like the echo of like wind like passing through.
Okay, so I did not hear someone.
No.
No.
Okay, yeah, I think we go investigate the woods and follow the compass. Let's grab Viridian and check and real quick buy any wares we might also need and that he thinks might be important.
All right.
Because I want to, even though we don't have, since I don't have heals, I make sure we're properly armored up and stuff and prepared for a fight just in case we find ourselves into one. Because we do only have the one healing potion, so.
Okay. After
What do you think, Ajax?
Sure.
Cash money. All right, let's go.
after the two of you, well, I guess three, the three of you decide on a game plan. You decide to go back to the store and loot up before the journey. Ajax still does not look like he wishes to join you.
Ajax?
Oh, Viridian.
I was about to say.
My bad.
It's okay. I was like, I'm down.
So I asked Viridian, is there anything in the store that he has that might be able to help us stay safe from danger in a fight or do damage in a fight that is like appropriate for our characters, aside from what we see in like general wares and stuff, from what we've perceived.
He writes down on the paper, nothing I can think of.
Okay. I mean, Ajax, Viridian really doesn't want to go. Are you cool if he stays here, or would you like? I mean, it looks
I
like he'll
mean-
go if we really want him, but I mean, he clearly does not really want to.
I'd prefer if he goes, but like, cause he's literally like our own bag of holding.
Yeah.
Y'all
That is
can
So,
fair.
like,
roll
Go ahead.
persuasion or like try and make a really compelling argument to him.
You love us. Come with us.
So we know they're sacrificing the little girl. And we know there is, I don't know if you know, but we did find there is a very powerful spirit in the woods that cares deeply for that girl. And we know no one is in the village, including the old lady who don't know who she is, but you clearly have some relation to her since you're working her shop and stuff. So you must care for her at least to an extent. And I know that spirit would not allow harm to befall Matilda, at least within its power. So if not doing it to help us solve what's going on and to get out, and for your own self to get out, at least do it to try and not let harm befall the old lady who you work with or the little girl who has done you no wrong.
We'll protect you too.
And also we will protect you. And if you need, I can leave money on the counter for whatever armor or weapon you would prefer, so you can also defend yourself if you don't already have some. Because I know you don't want to spend your money.
He looks at you both for a minute, thinking, and then sighs before going into the shop. He takes about 20 minutes before coming out, clad in gear. Most of the gear is burnt, indicating it must have been from when he originally came here.
Ajax, could you mend his gear?
I can only mend like small tears,
Hmm.
so I don't think I could.
I know you can't mend the like burn and multiple things, but like I guess what I meant was like, could you fix what you can?
It wouldn't make a difference
Okay. Wait,
unless there's like
could
some
you
vital
could
part.
yeah. Are there any like crucial parts of the armor that are broken?
The armor itself does still look stable. It's just it has like scorch marks on it.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
Okay. And what about his weapon?
His weapon is not visible. However, you are confident he is well equipped.
Okay. Well, we're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Let's follow the compass while we still have daylight to burn. It's what, noon right now? Because we started all of that stuff at 10 a.m. Like the healing and everything.
All right, then. It is roughly noon, especially with the extra. It's like 11:50, but that's close enough.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we had daylight to kill still. And also I want to go try and save the little girl.
all right.
Are y'all still cool to keep playing? I know it's past the normal stop time, but I am
I
very
am.
invested.
What about you, Aaron?
I need to go because I need to eat. I'm staying at somebody else's house and they asked me to stay an extra day, so I
Okay.
need to get food.
Oh,
So,
you're
fair.
good.
yeah, I'm
Should we
sorry,
just stop
guys.
here?
Yeah.
We can also just point this out there. Since the others don't seem to want to play, if we can do more sessions in the week than like just one, right?
I'm cool with that.
Me too.
I'm gonna try and get Kyle ready, and I don't care if the other ones want to show up for like a session here or there,
Yeah.
but just like considering reliability and everything here, it's not fair to y'all because y'all already had to wait some extra time. We've had to shift stuff around and all that.
Yeah.
And that's fine if we have to shift it, don't get me wrong. But then it's just I want to be able for us to tell the story and
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's done anything wrong. Life happens and it's gonna keep happening, but you know.
Yeah. No, I got you.
I'm cool with whatever.
All right. This may just turn into like a 3-person campaign with random people joining in.
Well, I'll try and get Octavia to join every time I'm on. It's just she'll get on unless she has something pre-existing or something pertinent going on.
That's fine.
So we can try and keep it mostly a 4-person campaign. I can't speak for Valorant though.
Yeah, I try to get Sumi to go on, but she has her own life, and like I have no idea what she's up to. So
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
that's fair.
mad at anyone. It's just like it's really hard to have 5 people's schedules overlap.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be down if in the future we shift things around or do like some stuff in the setting. But you know, just for like more reliable, because like to me this is fun to just play as a game. Like
Yeah.
agreed.
So it's not as big as an investment for me mentally to just be like, hey guys, y'all want to play D&D for a couple hours?
Yeah. No, yeah, this is the same as like hopping on Fortnite for a couple hours.
So we're going to end the story with the 3 of you all staring out to the woods. The feeling of foreboding, the foreboding feeling overwashes you. All 3 of you grip tightly to the weapons, or, you know, the monk makes fist. And Viridian pulls the leather hood over his face, hiding it from the surrounding area. As you look on, you know that what's to come is going to affect you permanently, and this may be your last time, all 3 together in one piece.
All right.
So we'll end it there. I'm going to stop the recording. But if you want to say any messages real quick, feel free to.
Subscribe, hit the like button.
Inspiration added.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be more on it, but check out Smokey130 on Twitch and YouTube for not content like this, but other games. I'll leave this to Jake for his channel for now, at least. But if y'all want to watch us live stream and play, hopefully I'll be doing that next time.
I have no channel, so just watch Jake's.
All right, and as always, I don't know. I'm saying always. We're gonna make out an outro right now. Don't lick rotten oil from church floorboards.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good advice. That's D1. That's D1 advice right there.
All right.
Oh, hell no!